Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, we don't have to repeat that one. Meeting number 196 of TMG the Master. Continuing our 20th year of operation. 20 years of distributing clue to the clueless. No, I don't mean that in a pejorative sense. I mean it in a good sense. Okay. I mean, as Bill Wharton told me earlier today, we're all ignorant just about different stuff. We won't tell that Mark Twain said crazy. No, we'll just say Bill Wharton said it. All right. Since it's the start of a new year, I'm just going to point out some of the people that help me run the organization. And they're part of what we call our council. And I'm going to start out first with Tom Kertner. He's our membership chair. This is the guy that sends Guido after you if you don't do it. Another person that we have today, all the way in the back, helping find chairs for people. Don Bennett, he's our coordinator with Good Shepherd. Don Baldiff, our member at large. Stand up, please. You can see why he's our member at large. Over there taking photos, we have Colonel Georges.
Hey, look over here.
Mark Georges is the person who is responsible for the raffle items that we have every month. Plus, he's also our Apple ambassador, so he's our official tie to Apple Computer. Let's see, we don't have our treasurer here tonight, and I'm going to just introduce one more person. You're going to hear more from them later on, and that's Brad Bodey. Brad, please, upstairs. Brad is the new Apple Solutions Consultant at Best Buy. Okay, so he's the replacement for Nick Donofrio, who was the replacement for Tim Mulbrandt, who was the replacement for Dan Forshaw. So, very important member of the Apple community. He doesn't help run the user group, but believe me, he does help in many ways. Okay, so this is a good guy to know. You would agree? Mark Georges, you would agree?
Yes.
Brad's a good guy to know?
Yeah, I think so.
Even when he was doing sales management over at CompUSA, he was still a good guy. All right, let me get on track here. First thing we do is what's called the welcome, and that's where we ask guests or new members to introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about what kind of Macintosh you have or want to have, and what you use it for or want to use it for. We're going to start with Jim. Jim, come on, stand up, introduce yourself.
Brad.
Huh?
Brad.
Brad, I'm sorry.
He changed your name.
That means I don't have to stand up, right?
You paid out.
Stand up, new member.
Yeah,
It's been what, about 2 years?
I don't know, I kind of lost track.
Okay.
My name is Brad Norman. I'm a technical illustrator with O'Neill & Associates. I use a PC at work, but please don't hold that against me. I've got a G5 desktop at home, and I borrowed my wife's laptop to come in here. And time for me to get back and kind of learn some new things. So happy to be here.
Who have we got? Simpson?
I'm Wilmer Simpson. I have a MacBook. I'm going to buy another computer soon. I'm not sure which one it's going to be. Probably a MacBook Pro. I'm looking at the tablet when that comes out, the iSlate or whatever it is. I'm a part-time employee of the University of Dayton, and I do the online program for the Graduate Counselor Education Department.
Thank you. And just so everybody knows who Brad Bodey is, I'm going to have Brad introduce himself again.
All right. I'm Brad Bodey. I am an Apple Solutions Consultant with Apple. I own a G4 12-inch PowerBook, which has been great over the years. And I also have a MacBook Pro. So I'm kind of a great resource within the Apple community inside of Best Buy. So if you guys ever have questions or whatnot, they'll give you all my contact information also in a few minutes. So, all right.
Okay. Did you bring business cards today?
I didn't, but I've got part of the I got my
Bad,
contact.
bad. Whenever you come, you bring
I'm sorry, Bill.
Okay. Homework assignment, work up the marketing.
Tough professor up front.
Okay, very good. And then we have Marvin and Ann Plummer. Who wants to do the speaking? You want to let him do the speaking? Okay, you're correct, right? Okay. Tell them who you are.
I'm Marvin Plummer, that's my wife Ann. I don't know whether to hold this against us, we're friends with Bill Wharton. And we're longtime PC users, and Bill has sort of convinced us that we ought to get into the Mac thing, so we've got a MacBook Pro, and we know very, very little about it. I'm an optometrist in New Carlisle, and so we're here to learn.
Okay, very good. At the break, make a point to talk to the folks. Okay, be appreciated. All right, let's see. I'm going to just bring up an item of business that Mr. Georges is working on getting the membership directory wrapped up. One of the things that the membership asks us is, how do I get a hold of this other person I met at the meeting? That's why we had the membership directory, but it's not much use unless you provide information to Mr. Georges. So if you got an email from Art Georges that you need to update your information in the directory, you want to wrap it up soon, because we're going to...
It's been updated for the information I've got. It's over in the binder, so you can look at it during the break. Everybody who's on the membership roster from Mr. Kurtner is included in there, whether or not I got an input or not. So.
Okay. Did you put in your own photo like you did last time?
Yeah.
Oh, that can be bad, folks. You want to have your own photo in there, trust me.
You haven't looked at yours yet, have you? I wouldn't be talking about me.
You're saying I'm on the list, I need to update my information. Okay.
I hope you photoshopped it well.
You hadn't been 20 all that
Well, see,
long.
but fortunately, see, I've got the gift from my mother. She wants a family portrait, so I got all three of my kids are either in Dayton now or on their way to Dayton. Hopefully with suits, ties, shirts, that whole stuff, because we're going to do a photo after the meeting today. So that's why I got to leave right after the meeting. Okay, news items. The only thing I can think of in terms of Apple updates that's been out lately that you probably want to update is there's a Bonjour update that they just released about 2 days ago. It's meant specifically to improve connection between your Apple computers and the Apple TV, but I found that it just basically makes Bonjour a little more efficient in terms of being able to communicate back and forth using that protocol, especially with HP printers. Anybody else have any new items they want to talk about that's going on since the last meeting? Yes,
January
Sean?
26th is when we're supposed to officially announce the tablet, and other announcements are expected on that date.
See, but that's not news because it hasn't happened yet. Okay, well, we'll clear. How many of you tracked the CES show in Las Vegas that just finished? Consumer Electronics Show. Wow, lots and lots of e-book readers got. Okay. Thing to remember about CES is that somewhere between 60 and maybe 70% of the stuff that gets shown never gets produced. I'm getting Don Baldwin just shaking his head. He's going like, Okay, so, but there were a bunch of tablets that also were shown off. And so I'm thinking usually Apple enters a market when it's fairly mature. You know, think about the iPod. They said, oh, we don't have room for another MP3 player, but they used their design to develop that niche. Same thing with the iPhone. So we'll see what's going on, what's going to happen.
You know when
Yeah.
when Apple and AT&T, when that contract ends, that's this year sometime, isn't it?
I believe it's February sometime, that exclusivity expires.
I've been focusing more on the war of the lawyers between Nokia and Apple. I mean, it's just ramping up and up. You know, I'm waiting for them to start pulling the covers off of the missile silos any day now.
Well, supposedly with the tablet, it's supposed to be Verizon.
Okay.
And that's, you know, I mean, the release, you know, it's still rumor, of course, is March, and that's the same time that the Microsoft tablet is scheduled for release.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But again, that's not news because it hasn't happened yet. Let's see, other things going on. How many of you are using Windows 7 in addition to your, okay. Just we thought I'd get a quick pool. What do you think of the interface?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Stability?
Much better than Vista by far.
Yeah. Okay. And I think it's comparable to XP when it's properly configured. So I think. Okay. All right. So, and the reason why that's important to you as a Mac user is that if you have an Intel Macintosh, remember you can be running a Microsoft operating system in addition to your Macintosh operating system. But you want to be a slow adapter of Windows 7 if you're going to be using Boot Camp, because there are some issues between Windows System 7 and Boot Camp on the new iMacs. All right, but they're working on that. If you're using Parallels or Fusion to run other operating systems, no problem at all. You can go ahead and do that right now.
Did they get the problems cleared up with the new,
The iMac displays? My understanding, Craig, I know, if you know more, but you probably do know more than I do, that's why you're here. What I understand is that most of the problems with the displays had to do with the fact that it was a much larger form factor and that the shipping container needs to be tweaked a little bit.
I have one and didn't have any problems at all.
Yeah, use it for movies, TV.
I'm sneaking into it slowly. Yeah, I got 27-inch, not the, the cheaper one.
Okay. Okay, so let's move on. Anybody else have a news item? Otherwise, I'm going to move us down the road. Okay, no other news item. Anybody have anything for sale or wanted? Yes.
I've still got an aluminum power book, brought it with me today. So G5 is sold, and this is what's left, so if anybody's interested, come talk to me.
Have you talked to Ed yet?
No. No, is he here?
Ed, raise your
Dan,
hand.
I'm here.
Okay,
I'm
at the break.
terribly interested.
Okay, at the break. Everybody else have anything that they brought
So
to,
anybody else interested? He Dan?
yeah, at the break. Just, I knew you two were interested, so make sure you know who you are. So. Well, you know who you are. Okay. Right, Ed? Okay. Anybody else have anything for sale? Rich?
Not for sale, I just saved from the dumpster at our office an eMac, 1 gigahertz machine. It's got Jaguar loaded in it. I don't know what happened to the disks. I've got the 128 meg of RAM, but it looks like you could load it up and run the record okay if you wanted to.
Is it a 17-inch email?
I think
The big one.
It's the big white one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And is that for whoever wants it, or are you selling it?
No, I'm just looking for a home for it.
Okay, so,
And
so Rich Gray's got, okay, Phil, you look.
right now.
Okay,
Okay.
so, Phil, raise your hand, Rich,
Okay.
see yourselves at the break. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else?
There's more.
Oh, there's more, I'm sorry.
I've also got an iMac. It's got 8.6 on it.
Okay,
So let's see. I've got the profiler reports of both these things.
okay.
So we just get the frequency.
Okay, what I'm gonna suggest is send me an email with the specs, if you don't take care of finding a home today. So what's the other one that you got? You got one iMac and what's the other one?
Yeah, it's an eMac, or the iMac is,
Okay. While you're doing that, I remembered another item, which was, okay, most of you know that I'm doing training services over at MacTown, and they just released a new training program this week. It's called Sessions. Wow, we got slow network connection.
are you on Good Shepherd or default?
I should be on Good Shepherd. So it's just taking its time. Anyway, rather than wait for it to build, I'll just tell you, it's called Sessions at MacTown. Fixed fee, $99.99, 1 year of training classes. You can either attend a 1 hour class once a week or a half-hour one-on-one session. See the website for details, because there's always a small print in there, but it's I think it's going to be it's going to be the best low-cost training Mac-related in Miami Valley. And unlike the one-to-one program for Apple, you don't have to buy your equipment at MacTown to sign up for this training class. And you also can renew more than 3 years, where Apple has a limitation. You can only be on the one-to-one program for 2 years.
What's the email that the schedule's on?
Say again?
What is the email that the schedule's on?
Schedules, it's Apple Sales, right up there, www.applesales.com/training. Or you can do what I do, I just Google MacTown, and that takes me to their website, and then I click on the training tab. Okay. And did we get the training schedule? You got the training schedule for Mac Depot? Okay, and you're going to send those both out? That's good. Okay. All right, what was the other item you had,
It's
Rich?
a G3 333 is what the iMac is.
Okay. So it's a G3 iMac, 333 megahertz. So that's the one, that's with a tray, right? Rather than a slot. It's got a tray for the CD or a slot? They've been the first ones with the slots. Yeah, okay. Okay. Anybody else have any other items that they are looking for or they want to sell? Okay, then I'm going to move to help desk. Anybody have any problems this month? We'll start with Ron Decker in the back.
I missed a couple of meetings, and maybe I should have learned something that I didn't, but for Christmas I gave my wife an upgrade from 10.5 to 10.6, and being an old-time Mac user, I got the CD, I put it in, I just went upgrade. I didn't bother reading anything. I was a little disappointed. It said it was going to take 2 hours, and then it cranked down to 50 minutes, and I had an errand to run, so I left, and when I came home, the computer was running and everything was done, but nothing upgraded. So I said, well, I better do it again and watch it. And I watched it, and I finally got 10.6 on there. I'm disappointed that the Ethernet, the Apple Talk connection that we had to a printer is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10.6 doesn't support Apple Talk.
No Apple Talk.
Well, does it support Ethernet
Is
at all?
that my problem?
No, it supports Ethernet. Apple Talk is no longer supported in 10.6.
Right, so you gotta
Ethernet
use-
absolutely is.
So I've had to go through and try and reconfigure printers as IP printers and,
You have more than one computer now?
yes.
Is the other computer running 10.5 or earlier?
I'm 10-4.
Okay,
And
you can
my
create,
wife, I've shared the printer so she can use it.
what you can do is use Bonjour to attach the printers through the older version of the software, that's what we do.
If my computer's there, which is awesome.
Well,
So
if
I'm
not,
going through
just,
the house right now trying to set up printers using IP.
do you have any kind of an older computer, another Mac somewhere?
Yeah.
Just set that up and set all the printers up and use that as just your kind of your printer hub. And you can use Bonjour to set those printers up through that and just let it sit
Okay.
and be there.
And it doesn't
never go to sleep.
it doesn't have to be any kind of a powerful, wonderful computer.
No, just anything to make
Just
the
anything
connection.
will do.
Great. The thing I need to do, my wife likes it simple, she likes to open up her,
Well, it'll be exactly the same once you
open
get it
up
set
her,
up.
and we don't let the computers run unless we're using them typically, and she likes the printer where you go push one button and the printer's on.
You're in trouble, aren't you?
What is
I
the
can
make
tell, I
of,
recognize the symptoms.
Ron, what's the make of the printer?
Most of them are HP, LaserJets, 4s, 5s.
Okay.
I'm playing around, right now I've
Have you
got.
got Jet Direct cards there, something like that? Okay. The other thing is you can use HP IP printing to set them up.
That's what I've been doing, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I've been successful on 3 so far.
Okay.
Sounds like you know a little bit what you're doing.
The thing to take away from this, all right, he's talking about doing an upgrade from macOS 10.5, and its kitty cat name is Leopard, to the latest and greatest version of the Mac operating system, macOS 10.6, which is called Snow Leopard. And if you had read the stuff there, it would have told you that they're making significant changes to how printers are handled. One of the other things that happens is make sure that as soon as you get 10.6 on, that you then upgrade to the latest update of that, which is 10.6.2, because it will look at what printers were configured and will automatically update those printer drivers from companies like Canon, HP, Epson, etc.,
Automatic.
which software update didn't used to do. Okay.
There's a separate package for that type of
Yeah.
stuff, and I did go through, and that took another long time. I was disappointed in the upgrade.
Yeah.
There's the message I wanted to leave.
Yeah, okay. And
It was not the
and you're
typical-
basically telling me the same message that people were doing a couple months ago when they upgraded. Yes, El?
A related type of problem. I loaded, I have Snow Leopard in my iMac, and I'm sure that I printed since I loaded the Snow Leopard. I know that I'm pretty much 100% sure I printed. But here recently, a week ago or less, it quit, the iMac quit printing to my HP 2410 all-in-one HP printer. And I did everything that normally would do. I downloaded the latest drivers, and I just happened to notice that the latest driver was dated 2006 for HP 2410 series all-in-one printers. But I took and it's USB connected to my iMac. I pulled a USB cord out, slipped it over into my MacBook, printed fine. But when I put it into the, stick it back into the iMac, it comes up with a error, and it says you could not connect. Check the connections, and I checked the connections. I even tried a different USB port on my iMac. Print job manager quit unexpectedly is what it's been doing recently.
So what Elton did was first he plugged it into another computer. That's to verify that the printer is working, and also verifies that your USB cable is working correctly. Okay. So we know the problem is not hardware related to the cable or to the printer. What I would do is in your print and fax system preferences, go in, delete that printer queue, and recreate it.
I did that. Mark suggested that. I did all that, and I even reset the printer. Still didn't help me. I've got the right one in the preferences. It's selected the right printer, but I don't know.
You have a suggestion?
Well, no, I have a similar problem. I've got a
Okay.
Canon multifunctional printer, laser, and under Leopard, it printed envelopes just fine from address book. But under Snow Leopard, every time I try to print envelopes from it, it doesn't shrink it down to fit the size of the envelope. I get an 8.5 by 11 size printout thing, and I haven't been able to come up with any. And I've tried all these same steps, you know, and
You've
it's
done
got. And the
the
latest
driver
driver was issued by Canon in November sometime, kind of just after Snow Leopard came out, and it's installed. But printing to my other Canon, which is a inkjet,
Yeah.
the envelopes work just fine. So there's two different printers, two different results. One of them's wirelessly hooked up to our network, and one of them is USB cable from the
And
iMac.
which one is causing the problem, the USB or the wireless?
USB.
USB.
It doesn't have Bonjour capability, so I can't even put it on the network.
Okay. Send me an email with what you just told me. You know, I'm male, over 55. I forget as soon as I walk out the
Yeah, I
door.
understand.
Send me the email, and we'll see if we can come up with some stuff outside of the meeting. And then with Elton, Mark, you've already tried all your magic?
Yeah.
Do you think it's just
We
Elton?
deleted all the printers.
Okay.
Had them loaded back in. That didn't work. Then I had him reset the printing system, and then reload the drivers again. Have you done a system update since you loaded the last printer driver?
Now,
And see if there's something that Apple maybe has that's
no, I
later
have
than
not.
what would be on the
I have
HP
not done
site.
any software update, no.
Yeah.
So you already have the information on the problem, so
Yeah.
send me a synopsis of it. Okay, what we'll do is, you know, the typical Google, search all the things, see if we can find something that's out there. Okay?
What is that setup? I did have something strange that I didn't mention that happened in the setup assistant when I was
Stop
loading.
making faces, Mark. Come on, this is all.
This was after much
Yeah.
of all this has already happened. And I downloaded the driver 2006 version, which was the latest. I downloaded it. I had a setup assistant that would not go through the complete process with the new driver. In other words, you went to the screen where it says now select your printer, and there's no printer to select there, and you click on it, you can reset, you can do control click, nothing brings up a printer to even select in the setup system when you get to that window where you're supposed to select one. That's after I'd done all the downloading and said downloading successful. It sends you into the printer setup assistant.
You know that cups utility I use for fixing stuff? Did you try that, Mark?
No.
Okay, because I'm thinking maybe permissions or something on the, CUPS stands for CUPS, Common Unix Printing System. It's the Unix, part of the Unix operating system on your Mac that handles all the printing services now. But I'm thinking maybe he doesn't have permission to access some of the subdirectories he needs to have. Or you were trying to install a Mac OS 9 driver on it, one or the other. But we'll get it sorted out one way or the
Oh,
other.
it's 2006 was the
If I get your
driver.
printer working, you'll buy me lunch, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, just so I get some out of it. Yes, George?
Okay.
And then we have to go in the back because we've got somebody back there. Go ahead.
Okay, upgraded to my new iMac. I got a new iMac.
Okay.
All right. The old iMac had these nice little dome speakers, external speakers that I
Yeah,
had plugged in.
the ones that look like Argentine bolos. I can tell you haven't done hunting in Argentina. Okay.
Anyhow, so I unplugged it from my old iMac and I tried to plug them into my new iMac. And they use a different,
Yeah.
it's a single, it's got like three contacts. Question is, can I just buy a new, an adapter, or am I just SOL out of the?
You're SOL on that. Okay, because finding those, there was a company that was making those for a very short period of time, but they're out of business now. But the thing to remember is your, what was it, 27?
Yeah.
Your huge iMac,
Yeah.
it has speakers built into it.
Yeah, I know it has speakers in it.
Okay, and they're not good enough for you? You want permanent?
Well, I just thought I might try and recycle my old speakers. I kind of
Yeah.
like the look of them.
The older ones that are Harman Kardon, that are round
Yeah,
balls.
yeah, that's it.
Okay, those are, you're not gonna be able to easily find an adapter to reuse those on your iMac. So you'd be better served to.
Hey, Bill,
Yeah.
he is an electrical engineer. He could probably
Can he solder?
solder it up.
Cut the plug off, get the right size plug and solder it in there. It's just two
Just get the
wires.
snip and put your mini DIN connector radio jack, and there you go. If you don't wanna do the adapter.
Okay, I mean, so electrically, I mean, voltage wise and that, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
But just somebody, the never ending, let's change the connector.
That's correct.
Well, now you answered my question. I can-
The form factors that use the round speakers are the shaving mirror iMac, I call it, the one where it looks like a beach ball.
Yeah,
The Quicksilvers, the mirrors had it, the G4 mirrors had it.
yeah.
I'm not sure if G5 desktops have, no, G5s do?
They do?
Yeah. Okay, G5s do, okay. But once they switched to Intel, you got less real estate on the side, so they went back to the mini DIN connectors.
Tried Radio
Oh,
Shack
you
to
need
see if
the
there's an
internet.
adapter.
Well, yeah, it's that 1/8" plug.
Okay. All right, that answers my question. I can get my soldering.
If you need some old cables just to, rip apart and try and put something together, just let me know, I got boxes full. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Gilchrist.
Is there a way that Microsoft Office X, which I think is 2004 version, will work on Snow Leopard? I helped a friend install Snow Leopard onto his computer, and now the Microsoft Office
Okay.
2004 version, I think.
I gotta collect a little more information. There's 3 different Mac versions of Office. You've got the current one, Office 2008. You've got Office for the Macintosh 2004. And then there was Office X, which would work either for Mac OS 9 or for OS X.
I got 2004, or he has 2004.
Okay, Office 2004 should work just fine on Snow Leopard.
Yeah, it does.
According to Microsoft, all of them are supposed to work.
Yeah.
It does on mine.
Is there an update on version tracker or something?
You have to use
In
Rosetta.
Office, there's automatic updates you can turn on, and
Yeah.
it will update the whole Office system.
Okay.
The best thing is go to the Microsoft site, Mactopia, MACTOPIA, because you're going to find all of the downloads from the Mac Business Unit, whatever, the Microsoft Macintosh Business Unit. So you're going to find all of those. You might want to download one of those combo updaters.
Do they have to have Rosetta?
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah. For X, okay, the other thing is you want to do a Command-I on the applications, which would be your Word, your Entourage, you know what I'm talking about? And in the information box that comes up, there's going to be a checkbox about Rosetta.
Okay.
You want to have that turned on for Office X. 2004, you don't need it.
Okay.
2008, you don't need it. Okay, let me go to Mr. Plummer.
I just bought this Mac Pro, and it came with a airport, it's wireless, it came with an Airport Express, that I hooked my printer into that. My old, I have a Dell Dimensions that has a wireless card in it, and the Mac system allows me to use my HP printer all in one. The Dell will not talk to it. I can't get it to talk to
Question number 1. Do you have the drivers for the printer installed on the Dell?
it. Yes.
Okay. Did you go into your setup for your Airport Extreme wireless access point, and did you configure it so that the Dell would be allowed to connect to it? Are you doing your internet through that airport
The
extreme?
internet's through that,
Okay, so you, from the Dell, you're doing internet through that airport extreme router, right?
well, I've got, the internet through the router and I have it through the Dell both.
Okay. So the Dell is directly connected to your cable modem, or is it plugged into the
Yeah.
router?
No, it's connected into the, cable.
Into the cable?
He said he had an express, not an extreme.
It's express, airport.
It's the little thing that
Oh.
just plugs directly in the wall.
Yeah,
It's about that big.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And
We're
that's what
gonna
you
be
want.
doing some stuff next week. We'll, it's gonna take more than a few minutes to sort of explain the limitations and the advantages of the Express. So we'll go over that, okay? All right. Make sure, write it down so that, you know, you can remind me about it. I'm getting good at delegating this stuff. Okay, who else have we got? Mr. Fortuna?
Just a quick question about in the file sharing, in the system preferences. I
Sure.
tried to share my optical drive with another Mac via Ethernet. Is there a trick to doing that? Because I clicked on the question mark and it said, make sure you have the DVD and CD file sharing software installed.
Right, and did you, and in your firewall, do you have that set to allow that?
I have it off,
You have the firewall off?
unless it's on by default.
It's on by default
Oh.
in Leopard on up. You might want to make sure that you've got that allowed. Okay.
That might be the problem.
You have to check both the networking and the file sharing, right?
Yeah. Okay. Jim, send me an email on that one, because then I'll just pull out all my stuff on, and what versions of operating systems you're using and what.
10.5 and 10.6.
And which one are you trying to, oh, send me the details and we'll, okay. Sometimes it's a little bit too complicated to try and handle here. All right, anybody else? Yes?
Yeah, just
Peter.
a quick remark to the Hewlett Packard printer software. My wife bought one of these multi-function printers, and it also has Wi-Fi. So I thought it would be neat to try that out, and I loaded the software on my Apple, on my Mac, and it worked nicely. I could print wirelessly on the multifunction, but then when I tried my old Hewlett Packard laser printer, it wouldn't work anymore, neither would the scanner. So the new software was just throwing out all the drivers for my laser printer for the scanner, so I had to reload it. Now, I'm lucky that Hewlett Packard still supports it, because at work, when we switched from XP to Vista, my Hewlett Packard inkjet printer didn't work anymore, and I checked with Hewlett Packard, and it said this printer is no longer supported.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful with new software installation.
How did you revert back? Use a time machine backup to revert back?
No, I
Or did you just
as I said,
manually
it
reload?
was still on the Hewlett Packard website.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
No.
All the way in the back.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I've got a printing problem that is sort of strange. I'm on 10.6. Most documents will print. What I've discovered now two documents, one that was sent to me and one that I've used and printed many times before, just prints a blank page for me.
Okay.
And no message that I can find.
First question, what is the format of the documents that aren't printing? The one that was printing before, now it isn't?
Word.
And Word, Microsoft Word, okay. What version of Word are you using?
X.
Okay. Okay. Do you have access to a newer version of Word?
I don't.
You don't.
all
Do
the
you
other-
have access to one of the open source packages, either OpenOffice or
Yeah.
NeoOffice? Try opening it in NeoOffice and then saving it back out as a Word doc again. All right? And you got virus protection on your machine and you've scanned them, just to make sure. I'm thinking of the attachment that came in. You want to make sure that it actually is what it purports to be.
Oh, it is. That's not a virus problem for that other document. It was just it was again a Word processor, Word document that was sent to me from a very secure source.
The complicating factor is, okay, you have Microsoft Office for the Mac X. Okay, and that's fine. And it's got some formats that it handles very well. Do you know what version of Office the person who sent the file is using?
The one that sent was an updated PC version.
Okay, so they could be running Office 2007, they could be running Office 2003, or they could be running Office 2000. Each of those has its own little quirks with metadata. You know, sometimes I have trouble opening a Office 2003 file on my Windows box in Office 2007. You would think same company, yeah. Or you'll get the one where it won't let you open it for security reasons, you know, because they're trying to slam the door on the malware virals that you get in Word docs and spreadsheets and such. Okay. What I'd suggest to you, you're not a club member, but that's okay. My email address is, let's see if I got it in my contact information. And of course not. Okay, so we'll just
Go to your directory page, it'll be in there.
tell you what, at the break, I'll just give you one of my cards and I'll put my email address. None of these are classified, right? They're the two docs that you came
Oh, no, it's a document I prepared
Okay.
and was able to print on other systems. 10.5 worked fine. When I went to 6, I tried to run it off. It's just a medical history document of mine, a personal, just says, what doctors I've gone to and medications.
Okay, anyway, we'll talk at the break. I'll give you my contact information and we'll get them one way or the other. All right. And you deferred to them, so.
Yes, Bill, my name's Ralph Bender, and I'm new to this meeting, and I apparently didn't get here to sign in. And this is my wife, Lynn, and we're new
My
to the
two
whole...
debaters are at home, and they both told me I was supposed to take care of Mr. Bender. Okay.
We're new to the whole Mac world. About this, we're trying to make the transition away from PC, and I bought my wife this MacBook for Christmas, and we have two issues that we can't resolve. One of them is an email issue that we apparently don't have something arranged properly, and then we have a printer problem.
Okay, now, hold on one second. Mr. Balder, do you still have that cheat sheet for Roadrunner email setup that you had put together a long time ago?
Quite likely.
Okay.
Might even be on this machine.
Okay, because Mr. Bender is on Roadrunner.
Let me,
Time
don't
Warner.
just sit here staring at me.
He's,
Keep moving.
Okay, he's on Time Warner, so. And I remember the last time I had a problem with somebody with Time Warner, you said, oh, Bill, here. And you sent me a cheat sheet that had all the setups for the mail servers and the SMTP and the DNS settings. Okay, so anyway, all right. And the second one was.
Keep in mind, even if I do have it, this was put together some time ago now.
Yeah.
I don't guarantee that some of this stuff hasn't changed.
I understand. Mileage may vary. Okay.
By golly, here it is.
Okay. And the second item, Ralph?
The second item dealt with printer. I keep getting a message that says the printer cartridge cannot move back and forth. Turn the computer off and or turn the printer off and then redo
With the
it.
printer, is that a Kodak?
No, it's Hewlett Packard.
Hewlett
I
Packard.
had two, I get the same message from two different printers. So,
Okay. On two different machines, but the same printer, you get the same message.
Two printers.
Two printers?
Two printers, same machine.
Okay. All right. So we'll collect some more information from you. You didn't bring the one printer with you today, did you?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay.
Phil, I do have it.
Okay.
How would you like to receive it?
What we'll do is at the break, I'll just have you, since he's got a laptop with him, do you have a flash drive with you? Okay, if you could just provide him with that, because you still have the guy that's gonna come help you do the email setup.
He is going to attempt to come tomorrow. Yes.
Okay, and that way he'll have the same doc, that he'll have some of the setup. Brad Bodey, Apple Solutions Consultant from
Which Best Buy?
Dayton Mall. Dayton Mall?
Dayton Mall.
Yep.
Brad, if they give you any trouble, you just have, is Baldwin in the group? Yeah, just have Baldwin back there, bring him into line.
Gotcha, gotcha. Thank you, Bill. So yeah, he like really set the expectation like way up here, so I'm hoping that I can at least somewhat meet that expectation. Yeah, my name is Brad Bodey, and I'm an Apple Solution Consultant with Apple. And what my role is I am a kind of a resource, you know, in a Best Buy store to help train Best Buy associates, you know, help customers, help the Mac community in picking out new hardware, software, you know, help, you know, through issues, things like that that you may run into. I think it was very cool going through this morning and, you know, listening to the different things that, you know, people were having problems with, because it seemed to me very much that, you know, it seems like some consistent problems, so that's good feedback for me. And through my presentation here in a minute, I'll give you my contact information. If you ever have a question or something like that, I'll do my best to answer. Now, I'm not an Apple Care certified technician or repair person, so I don't know everything when it comes to repairing software issues and things like that. But I do get into at least guiding you in the right direction, which is my goal. So I've spent a long time in consumer electronics. I was with CompUSA for a few years. I spent time at Best Buy in some different departments at Best Buy. I was a Geek Squad agent. Don't hold that against me. And now with Apple. So it's very very humbling to be asked to come out here and kind of go through a presentation on MobileMe for you guys. And I'm always open to ideas. If you want a presentation done on a certain software, you know what? Send your ideas to these guys. They can send them to me, and I'll see what I can do about presenting. It's always good to listen to a presentation on something that you want to hear about. So if you guys were hoping for information on the different rumors that you read online, unfortunately I work at the department within Apple where I find that stuff out the same day you do, right? So the product announcements and all this sort of stuff. So, but we'll go through here and hopefully we'll all get some good information here. So does anybody now use MobileMe? Right? What do you like about MobileMe? Anybody?
I can take care of my email a lot better.
Okay. So push email.
Yeah.
It's a nice feature.
I like the email. I like the backup too.
Okay. Yeah, backup. It's nice. Okay. Well, so for those of you that don't use MobileMe at this point in time, we'll go through here and this here, if you guys can, hopefully everybody can see that. It's kind of small. I know the text. My email address is bodey@apple.com. It's BODEY. I'm the only Bodey within Apple, so that's why I don't have the first initial. Pretty cool, right? It's kind of funny. I called Apple the other day to get some stuff squared away for a trip I'm going on, and the guy that answered the phone, his name was Bodey, but that was his first name. Kind of cool. So, interesting. And then my business phone number is 937-430-5509. And Like, I came this morning and I completely forgot to bring my business card. The next time I come, I'll bring those for the group. So. What we're going to do here is, so MobileMe is personally, from my point of view, I think one of the greatest softwares, from Apple that a lot of people don't know about. It's not something that comes from each other. So I said before, I have about a 6.5-year-old PowerBook G4 12-inch. Still runs great. I can't go to Snow Leopard. Part of the G4, G5 family that, I can't go to Snow Leopard, but you know what? It runs great with Leopard, I think 1 gigahertz processor. So, and it seems to do, very well for me. So, if we look at some different features of MobileMe, we've got our mail, contacts, calendar, photos, and our files. And what you're going to see here is that, plus you also offer, we have the iPhone and iPod Touch connectivity. So what that means is that if I have MobileMe, all of these key features stay in sync across my mobile devices. So, kind of put in perspective, so if I have a iPhone and I use my calendar and my contacts on my iPhone, so I'm out today and one of you guys gives me his phone number, name, phone number, everything like that, I can add it into my phone, and what it will do is it will update my MobileMe account, but it will also update any Mac that I have that has my MobileMe account tied to it. So it's very, very simple to set up for all of that. And what it does is it also works across not just Macs, but also PCs. Any PC user could log into their MobileMe account from any computer. It's all internet-based. So what it does is it's going to take your information that you upload to MobileMe, and it's going to basically put it in a cloud, kind of, for you to access from anywhere. So it keeps all of the things that are important to you in sync across all your devices. So if, I never run into the situation where I've added something to this calendar and then it didn't update on this calendar, or vice versa. So on my phone, if I update my calendar here, it updates all my other devices. Same thing as if I do it from my Mac or anywhere that I log into my MobileMe account. This kind of gives you a view here of looking at the calendar here, as it would you would view it on your Mac. Anytime throughout this, if you have questions.
Yeah, the question in reference to, you can update your calendars here. Can it also update calendars in Outlook on the Windows system?
It does. It syncs with Outlook 2003 and 2007. Yeah, at any time, I'm very informal when it comes to stuff like this. So if you have a question, raise your hand, or just chime in.
Are you going to talk about security provisions during your presentation? So I don't want to ask questions if you're already going to address the subject coming up.
You know what? I don't know that. I don't remember that being part of this, but we can talk about that for sure.
I'm interested in what security provisions there are in terms of password protection and that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a great question. So you can, when you initially set up the MobileMe account, you're going to basically create your own username as well as password. So it's almost the same as if you were logging into your internet service, or if you have a Yahoo email, you put in your username, type in your password. Same deal. Because of that, I'll tell you, I locked my iPhone. Just because of that feature, and I'll show you some other security features that are built into MobileMe, where if I were to ever lose my phone, I can track it. So at the end of what we'll do is we'll go in and I can show you inside of MobileMe and it'll show us kind of where my iPhone is. So if someone takes off and they're going down 75 with my iPhone in their car, I can see where it's going in real time. It's pretty cool.
When you put so much personal information at a site out in the cloud,
Sure.
I think in my mind, it creates some security vulnerabilities that you may not ordinarily have if you're just using a password and a username to access a website where you've registered in order to get information or to something like that. So I'm just looking for what extra things help protect that information that's out there.
Okay. I think the biggest thing is going to be your username and password. And there's things for if you want people to have access to your account. We'll go through some of the features here in just a minute, and it'll maybe tie in some of that stuff. And if there's still additional questions, we'll go through. So you can also any picture that I take with my iPhone. Or any picture that's on my Mac or my PC, I can also upload to my gallery. This is called a MobileMe gallery. And what happens is, after I take my pictures or take my pictures from my phone, I upload them to my MobileMe account on my phone or my Mac. It will ask me if I want to send invitations for people to visit this site. And this gives you a @me email or web address /gallery where friends, family, colleagues, whoever can go on and they can view and even download these pictures if they want. You can do the same thing. Part of MobileMe is with the single user account, you get 20 gigabytes of online storage where I can upload pictures, files. I can access those from anywhere. There is an iDisk app, which is part of the MobileMe, that allows me to access those files right on my iPhone as well as any computer that I go to. Find your lost phone. Does anybody know what push email means? Okay. Push email is a push email, contacts, and calendar. What it means is that the MobileMe account pushes your email and your contacts and your addresses or your calendar to multiple devices. So whereas most of your email services, you have to log in, and then it will, if you like on a mobile device, it doesn't always. You tell it how often you want it to search for your new emails, be every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, however often. With the MobileMe account, it automatically, anytime a message or a new contact or a new calendar event hit, anytime they ping the server, it's automatically going to push it to all the devices that are connected to the MobileMe account. That's what push email is. Push devices. We've got our gallery, which is for our digital pictures, also video. I can send video files to that as well from the Mac or PC. Our iDisk for online storage for data files. And then one of the great features is Find My iPhone. We'll go through that a little more. When you sign up with MobileMe, you get a Me email account. Some people might have had .Mac. Everybody remember .Mac? You got a .Mac email address. Same deal here. You have the @me email address. .Mac email addresses still work with MobileMe. And all this can be accessed anywhere on any computer. So if you're out somewhere and you don't have your computer with you, but you want to get online, check your MobileMe account, you can do that.
So all the
all the address book stuff and contacts and whatnot, all also synchronized with an Outlook calendar on Exchange?
Yes, Outlook 2003 and 2007.
So if you have an email account with another ISP already, it won't be able to get those emails into this MobileMe. You have to use the app.
Well, this is going to give you the @me email address. So I guess let me. You would, if you wanted everything to hit your MobileMe account, you would need to forward. Set up for that email forwarding. And what it would do is it would forward from your ISP to this, and then it would push those directly to the account.
An automatic forwarding on everything that comes into the other.
Correct. Yep. Which that's what I've done that through for my Yahoo account, because I used to have a Yahoo account for years, and so I've set it up to automatically forward and forwards everything to my Me account. It's like with Yahoo, there's a delay, so I can get an email, but I may not get it on my device for an hour, or depending on how often my phone tries to retrieve email accounts or anything. I can send an email to from my MobileMe or to my MobileMe account from another account, and it'll hit my phone in a matter of just a couple of minutes, if that.
Brad?
Yes.
If you were, say, at a library and wanted to access your MobileMe account, how does that work?
You would actually go to, you can get on anywhere you can get online. You can go to www.me.com, and that's going to bring up the login page for your MobileMe account. And then you put in your username and your password, and from there you can log in. You have all full access to your email, search for your iPhone. Good.
Is that login screen already HTTPS, or is it just HTTP?
You know what?
It's HTTPS.
Okay. HTTPS. That was a good one. I haven't been asked that one. It's good. And you can see here that when you get an email on one device, you're going to get simultaneously on every device. Now, what's great about this is if anybody's ever opened a Yahoo or some other type of email, even if you have that email, say, coming in on a computer with Outlook, or use mail, or another device, a BlackBerry, whatever, it will, you can view it on one device, but it still shows it as a new message on the other. If I go into here and I check my mail from MobileMe on here, it takes the new message out of the other devices, so it doesn't show it as a new message. And if I delete it here, it'll delete it there as well. So across all the devices. Kind of a neat feature. Unless it's something that can be. And this is you have the new mail on your iPhone. And you can see here it does the exact same thing with your contacts, where it's going to send any contact you receive, it will sync. And it also makes it nice for those of you, how many people use iPhone or have an iPhone? Okay, you. So if you ever get an iPhone and you use Address Book on your Mac, what happens is when you buy your iPhone, if you get a MobileMe account when you buy your iPhone, what will happen? It makes it really nice for syncing up all of that stuff that's already on your Mac, because it will pull all of it right in just a minute. It'll pull in your contacts, your calendar, your addresses, all that stuff right into. So it makes it nice.
You have to be on a particular version of OS 10 to interface with MobileMe these days? Is there a minimum?
Because it's web-based, I don't remember there being a certain system requirement for it.
Brad?
Yes.
You don't have an iPhone, all this works with that.
Yes, correct. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you can do the same things that I'm talking about here on an iPod Touch. You just have to, in order for the sync email and things like that to work, the iPod Touch needs to be in a wireless internet environment. So if I'm at Panera or at home, I have wireless internet. So if an email comes into my MobileMe account, it's going to hit my iPod Touch as well, as long as I'm connected to a wireless network.
Connecting to our previous conversation, none of this is part of this 3G.
Correct. Correct.
What was the question?
He was talking about, during the break, we were talking about what 3G service would mean in terms of if that's something that is going to make a huge difference for just using a phone, or if 3G is necessary for this to happen, which data is the only thing it doesn't necessarily have to be over a 3G network.
How is it?
I'm sorry?
How is it?
Well, it's going to be connected through your iPhone. So if you connect to a 2G network or a 3G network, through AT&T, whatever it is.
Well, suppose you have Verizon.
Okay. Well,
You don't have an iPhone.
You won't have an iPhone.
Yeah, you're not gonna have an iPhone.
Right, that's why I asked about iTouch.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is with the iPod Touch, you're going to have to be somewhere where it's wireless internet, Wi-Fi.
So you need to be AT&T.
No, iPod Touch doesn't have a phone service connected to it. You would just use a wireless network. So if you were sitting there now and you had an iPod Touch, you could get on the internet right now because we are in a wireless environment. Hang on 1 second. Go ahead.
So if I were to look at my addresses of my contacts through MobileMe, through say iPhone, all that would be plain text to my device.
Yeah, it's going to look exactly the way it does.
Across the wires, that's secure. The signal.
So you're talking about, does the information, Rob, you're asking if it gets transmitted in the clear, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the devices on your iPod Touch, those aren't. You're not going to have to log into your MobileMe account to see your contacts.
Right, because what I'm saying is that would be plain text for anybody else that's on that same segment to see.
Now, is the connection encrypted? Is the data encrypted when it moves back and forth, or is it as he says in the clear open text?
See, I would think that would be determined by the network. Whether
If you're in a public hotspot, you're going to be logged into a public Wi-Fi environment that's not going to be password protected, so it's going to be in the clear.
If you use iChat, for example, through MobileMe, it encrypts the whole thing. Whereas if you use iChat through Gmail, some other provider, it's not encrypted. But through MobileMe, the iChat, the whole conversation is encrypted. I was wondering if by chance the address books, the contacts that are in the address book that would be going across the wireless device, if it also encrypts that segment from the wireless to the device, or if it's going to be plain text all through.
That's a great question, and I don't know the answer to that. That's a good one. I haven't ever had that question. That's good. What I can do is I can find out. For sure, I would imagine. I would assume that being that the iChat, it's going to encrypt the data that's going across iChat through MobileMe, then it would do the same thing with. To do the same thing with these, but in most, I would say in most scenarios, it's going to. You're going to be all of the contacts and calendars, things like that, are already going to be on the device. This just shows to show what the address book is going to look like. You're going to notice that in MobileMe, your address book is going to look the same as it does on your Mac. So everything is designed to be run the same way. Do the same thing with your calendar. No document required.
Are there any security issues involved with, as an example, I've got an iPhone, I want to make my changes in my iCal, and then I want to send them back through my
Not that I know of. Nothing that I can ever remember hearing anything about. I guess it would be.
That I would like to be able to access outside of the house with an iPhone, for instance. Can I do that and connect to them? Can I enter information or just look at them?
From the iPhone, as far as I know, you can. I know you can access them. So you can actually load and you can upload any of those documents to what's called iDisk, which is part of MobileMe, and you can view those documents at any time.
Can you edit them?
I don't think you can edit from that one.
There's probably an app that'll do it.
I would think that there is. I'm sure that there is an app for that. So, but I've never actually edited any documents that I could have pulled them, email directly. Now, what's nice is you can, if you go to another computer, you can access those from anywhere. So that would be kind of the answer for that. And MobileMe very much synchronizes with your machine for all your contacts. You can see here that it's basically pulling up a Google map of where the contact information there. It's for directions, things like that. And those are all the different features. This here is the iDisk. That was kind of what we were just talking about, iDisk, and there's an app for that. Upload any files. We'll go through the gallery here very quickly. Am I going too fast? Is everybody any questions right now? Okay. So the gallery gives me the ability to upload all my pictures to my MobileMe gallery, and what happens, I can send links to my friends, family, whoever. Anybody ever anybody like big on digital photography? All right. Take a good quality picture and then try to email it. It takes about 10 minutes to email the picture, right? So the gallery gives me the ability, especially if I do things like that, where I had video files or picture files, that I can upload to my gallery, and then I can just send a link to those people, and then they can go right online, and then they can download the picture, for great quality. They can get great quality, without having to compress the picture or the file. Okay.
Can you put some numbers on quality? I mean, what kind of resolutions and what's the...
Well, I've downloaded from an iDisk. I've uploaded like a 3 gigabyte file to an iDisk, and then had to download files that large, which would be pretty much impossible over, to email. Maybe think about it.
What's the capacity you can have on MobileMe?
20.
20 gigabytes.
That's the size of your account. And then if you go, there's a family pack of MobileMe that gives you 5 total accounts for 40 gigabytes total. But I think the maximum, I take that back. I think the maximum at one time to upload to is 1 gigabyte. So, but I've done one back to back to back. So if you think about it, it'd be almost nearly impossible to send an email with a 1 gigabyte file in it.
Can you provide access to files on the account to individuals who do not have .Mac or MobileMe accounts?
Yes. Yeah. Anybody that can, especially Mac users, anybody that can that has a Finder in the Finder window or at the top. If you go to Go and then iDisk, you can go to Other Users Public Folder. That will give you access to, as long as you have their username files, you can upload. Now through your iDisk, the other part of this would be where you put any other type of files, things like that, larger files that you have instead of having email. I've even uploaded like large disk images to my iDisk.
Back to security and the files. I think I've never done it, but on my Mac, I can encrypt files. If that file was then passed on to your media, it would still probably be, I don't know, would it still probably be encrypted?
Yeah, I would think that would be how it was sent.
And so then on the other end, the person who got to see that would have to figure out how to unencrypt. No, you could, maybe that's the way you could get some security, would be to encrypt your files that you want separate, and then separate means tell the person how to unencrypt.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think that would be a good way to look at it. I want to, I guess, say also that I'm only gonna put stuff out there that I don't care if people have, right? So, I'm not
That's
gonna.
really true with anything you send to anybody else.
Absolutely. I mean, security is very, very important. And, on the other side of that, it needs to be, only stuff that I feel like is appropriate to, that I wouldn't mind if it ended up on a Flickr, I guess.
So can I go and put an empty album up and leave it up there, and then put pictures in there, and then when I want that picture to be taken down, I can take it out of that, still leave that album up. This way, if that link goes out there, it still has a good connection. In other words, can I make as a personal self-discipline, I go and make a separate album that I'm going to use as my linking album, and I go and send it along to
You're good. I'll tell you. I hope you guys are feeling this. I'm feeling the heat up here.
Just be glad you're not trying to do this through iChat, because every time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what you're saying is absolutely making sense, and I'll be honest with you. I haven't, gotten that in depth with
Can you delete photos out of your album?
Yes, you can.
Well, if you can delete photos out of your album, all you have to do is probably, in order to maintain the gallery, you probably have to have one photo in the album.
That's what I'm asking.
But you could have a default photo of any kind in there to maintain, the Apple, so you can maintain that folder if you can delete the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's customizable. I mean, you can go into your gallery and you can add pictures, take pictures away, whatever you want to do, reorganize how they are.
How much does MobileMe cost?
MobileMe is $99 a year. $99 a year. Plus tax. Now, there is a deal going now where if you buy a new Mac, there's a $30 rebate through Apple right now. So for your first year, basically, you're looking at about $70 plus tax.
What about the family package?
$149. $149, and that gives you 5 total accounts. So that gives you the individual account plus 4 additional.
Several times a year, depending on what sites you go to, you can pick up discounts for your MobileMe, and last time I renewed, it was a family account. It was down to, I think it was $30 or $40 less expensive. And one site you might want to check is, I think, megamax.com.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's different promotions out there from different, retailers. Best Buy right now, I've got a deal where you get iWork, the new iWork, the newest version of iWork, and you also get the MobileMe with any Mac purchase for basically $20. So that's a pretty good deal. So, so you get a 1-year subscription to MobileMe and iWork for $20.
I have a question. What application are you using on your phone to?
That is called Remote. And what it does is, actually it's Keynote Remote. There's 2 of them. There's a Remote and there's Keynotes Remote. And that's what allows me. It'll sync any place on wireless. I can set up my phone to control Keynote presentations. It's very cool. And then the other one, the remote, I can control music through my house over my wireless network with an Airport Express for AirTunes. It's pretty cool. I kind of enjoy this activity. So, and you can see here, here's a gallery here, and you can see different pictures loaded into your albums. Some different views of that. Kind of have the same, like this one here is a video. Try to skip ahead a little bit. Sorry, this presentation is kind of long. So when I have MobileMe set up, if I have an iPhone, after I take a picture, if I decide I want to do something with my picture, here it'll ask me if I want to send it to MobileMe or if I want to do the MMS messaging, whatever. I can do all of that right from my iPhone. Covered most of the, you see we can rearrange pictures and things like that. The next feature that I really wanted to cover about MobileMe is the Track My iPhone feature. And that's which is very cool. Now let's say that at no time can I find the phone. What I can do is then I can go do the locator, and I can see where my phone is. So let's say that I realize that, hey, you know what, this thing's heading 75 southbound, crossing into Kentucky right now. So I'm, pretty sure that I'm not going to be getting it back. And I've got, important business data on it. I've got important contacts, customer privacy issues. I can see all these things in my head, right? There is a remote lock feature built into MobileMe where I can password protect the iPhone instantly, which is very cool. I can also remote wipe it. If there's just no possibility of me getting it back, it will wipe the phone. All the contacts. Now once it's been wiped, you cannot go back into the software and undo that. But if you plug it back into iTunes, like you did when you initially bought the iPhone, to debrick it, I think they call it, then you'll be good to go. Let me get my slideshow here. Show me that. Go ahead.
Can you remotely take pictures while they're taking off?
What's that?
Can you remotely take pictures while they're going down I-75 so everybody can take pictures of that?
No, but that'd be cool. That'd be a cool feature. I might submit that one. That'd be awesome.
Allow an Apple employee to get her mask back because she got onto it and took shots of
You already know where they are.
the thief.
I read something about that. I don't know how they pulled it off or whatnot, but I guess that.
System profile services.
Yeah. Yep. So, I'm gonna kind of open the floor. That's. It's going to be about wrap it up, I guess. Are there any other questions? Good.
What are your usual hours in this store?
I'm there generally. My days off are going to be Tuesdays and Wednesdays in most situations. Then I work 11 to 8 generally every day. So today I'll be there a little later. I'll be there a little later tonight. But I try to be there. Most when the business is going to be there. So.
I think that's the same schedule Nick had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I talk to Nick all the time. So he's still doing well. He's still with Apple. So.
Where is he working now?
He's in Cincinnati. He's covering 5 stores down there.
You said he's management, though he's not really in stores?
No, he's in stores.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he's in stores every day. So, all right. Well, any other questions? Hopefully somebody learned something.
Thank you, Nick.
All right.
Bye, Brad.